What up, tubers? This is Radio Geek, Rayware Computers since 1996. I'm going to talk to you about WordPress today. I haven't made a video in a while. It's been a long haul with the COVID stuff, let me tell you. I hope everybody's doing well. In the process of upgrading my site, okay. Basically, got it here. Let me see. Bear with the old man. Alright, this is my old site. Some old products that I got on there. Did pretty well with some of these. Now I'm just giving them away for free. Pretty much retired. Just messing around these days. My new version of this. Whoops. Okay, is going to be with WordPress. This particular site here, I used a desktop software to create this. And it was okay. Like if you're just going to have a couple page sites or landing page, you could use a lot of different things, WordPress is, pretty much top of the food chain. They definitely got all the SEO and stuff right at your fingertips and things like that, but it can be difficult to use, it can be very difficult to use. Now, I've gone through quite a few themes to practice on and to use for different websites and web pages, and it's 6 in 1. If you could get it right away, it's easy. I don't like to jump around with stuff, but I try and find something that works and just use it. If you're in affiliate marketing, you're going to want to make these sites really simple and easy to use and all. So I don't even have a opt-in on this anymore. Basically, excuse me. So what I did was, I upgraded to using this desktop software that I was using. There's a lot of free software. I think it's Mobiles or Morbiles or something like that out there that you can get and actually install on your computer. Or you can use their server-side software, which means that you're using your computer, but you're on their website, like WordPress. Okay, that's what they call server-side software. Now, with this, it's funny because every time I go and learn a new WordPress theme, I always wound up finding something better. I get like schizophrenic with it. Now this one was okay. Now I found Portly, this News Portly, okay, by Superb Themes. All right, and basically when you go into your WordPress and you go to your themes, okay, you would just type the name of it, okay, and these are what they call a child themes. This is like a kind of a backup thing. You don't really have to worry about the child theme too much. I wouldn't mess with it at all, frankly. And just leave it be. If it installs a child theme, let it install a child theme, okay? So now basically what I did, if you could see here on certain things, okay, like I go in there to edit the stuff and I make footnotes for myself. So as soon as I install the theme and I go to customize it, okay, that's what I'll do. Okay, now you go to general layout, you look through the stuff, you see and a lot of this is all redundant, and in all the themes they have a lot of the same stuff, okay, especially the free ones, because they have to go by WordPress format in order for this to work for them too, So, and it's just like anything else, you know, before you go in, what I like to do is I like to you know, delete any other themes that are in there and just keep the child theme and the theme that you're going to use, so there's no confusion. Okay. And obviously, when you go through it, you touch certain things and you click on certain things. Most of them are very self-descriptive. They all have footnotes in there and tells you where things are and what things are and so forth. Okay. Now, it's funny because, you know, a lot of times, I mean, this one actually wasn't too bad. Okay. What I do, you know, like, they'll show you, you go here and, you know, you go to their thing and you get a preview of it. But it doesn't really give you a preview. Okay. It doesn't really give you a preview. So what I do is I right click on this and I open the image in another window just to get a better view. Because if you're logged into WordPress, it's going to go into your WordPress, you know, editing area and show you the theme. Okay. Maybe you might not know what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can get it to do that. Excuse me. Okay, so here's the theme. WordPress themes. And it's probably millions of dollar business, you know. All right, so let's see what this, see if I can show you what I'm talking about here. Let me just go to WordPress. And, you know, it's like a lot of dilemma. You know, that's like a huge dilemma that people go through when doing WordPress, because they'll see a theme that they like. And let's go back to what I was telling you about. Okay. Completely lost my way around because I am the older DOS geek now. And I gotta tell you, I had COVID like 4 times and I beat it. I beat it up, baby. Okay, so here we are, back in at the ranch. Okay, so let me do it this way within WordPress. Okay. Okay, WordPress themes. Okay. Now, of course, I should have been prepared for this. All right, now it says details and preview. So let's preview it, right? So when you preview it, this is what it's going to show you. Okay? When you preview it, that's what it's going to show you. Okay? And it's going to go to the next one and the next one if you wanted to. Okay? So let's get one, look at one where, you know, you look at it and you say, oh man, I want this theme. It's free. Okay? There we go. Here's a good example. Details and preview. All right? So this one ain't too bad. It's coming up. But this is probably a paid one, of course. So not all of the times you can get it to look like that. Even if I install this theme, sometimes it's just not going to look like that when I install it. Okay? Or it'll have a bunch of their stuff on it. You know? So that's one dilemma. I get questions about that all the time. You know? So now, what I like to do, what I was showing you, what I like to do, okay, is with this particular theme, if this is the theme that if this is the theme that you select, and you want it to look like this, you can very easily do this. Okay, you can very easily do this. Now, what I do is I'll come in and I'll put where these are located, because a lot of times you get lost. Okay, so now let's go into the widgets, and what'll happen is this will be preloaded with stuff. I probably should have left it for the sake of this video. Okay, so now there's my image of the header. Okay, let's get out of that. Okay, this is my header image. So if I go there and I open that image in a new window, okay, now this was a pain in the butt to get this in there the way it was, because what was happening when I went by their depiction of it, because they gave me no size really. It's telling me, you know, a size, you know, that's probably what they recommend. Okay, it's usually what they recommend. So basically what I did was when I opened up the theme, I put this blank, okay, and I basically used my snippet tool and copied an area of it. Like I can make this a whole new picture and put it in there, but when I do that, it's going to come up like the theme picture. Let me go get that. Where's that? Where it's at? See, it's going to come up like this here. Okay, which wasn't bad. You know, really wasn't bad. So sometimes you got to really futz around with the images and stuff like that. Okay, but now what I do, see, like this is the stock post that was in there. I leave it in there for now. And again, first of all, whenever I do a WordPress, I immediately go in and get rid of all the plugins that they give you. It's going to tell you need these plugins. 9 times out of 10, all it's going to do is pop advertisements in your face for the hour. And then, you know, it's going to get frustrating unless you specifically. I delete all the plugins. If you search my YouTube channel for WordPress, I got a lot of videos. I got some videos on doing that, loading up the WordPress site, you know, and there's tons of them out there anyway, as far as videos go. Okay, so basically, what I do. Okay, I already changed it, but to remind myself where these things are, okay, I'll put this. Okay, so that's in the widgets, right? See, widgets, sidebar group right there. Okay, so here's another piece of it, and you know, I'm just going to put some text in there, right? Maybe a heading. Okay. You are here. Oops. Update it. It's going to show me where it's at. Okay, so before you start, you know, that's what you're going to want to do. Is you come in the theme, go through it, you know, I mean, if you bought one or if you use one and it's the ones like a template, I don't really recommend it, you know, because they're very, very difficult. Okay. Now I'm going to leave the link to this here. And I'm also, you know, like I left a link to a plugin here and also to my videos that I got on how to just do a landing page, you know, with WordPress. If you want to just do a landing page for affiliate marketing, opt-in page, bridge page, whatever people are calling it these days, squeeze page, I've got a link to these plugins that works really well. Okay, it's very easy to use, but basically that's what you want to do, and you could basically teach yourself on what to do. Okay, see, I added all these footer notes in there. See, footer widget section, and what you do is, because then when you go do it, right, and you could even use what they call, you know, a breadcrumbs. Okay, you could even do it like this. We'll add another one here. Let's see. We'll add, you know, just a heading, and we do the breadcrumbs. So we go to, you know, widgets, right? right? We'll go to the widgets. And if you know what a breadcrumbs is, if you go to a website and with every page that you click on, it shows you where you're at. Okay, it's called breadcrumbs. So you can go widgets, you can go under footer 1, and then you could, hover mouse. Select image or item, whatever you want to, however you want to do it to teach yourself how to do it, Okay. Alright, so let's change the color. Make it something bright so the old dots can see it. Okay. Alright. So basically, again, that's how you're going to want to do it. So if you go through every aspect of everything, okay, on your pages, and you gotta really know how WordPress works. In other words, it's going to be in increments. Okay, got this great new tool. It's gonna be in increments. Okay, so this is going to be one section of WordPress. Okay, we'll go back, which would be in your customizing, right? That'll be in your customizing. Okay, and you got this view here, so it'll take you to anything really, anywhere that whenever you see that little thing, it's going to tell you where you're going with it. But basically, that's what you're going to want to do, is go through each section like this here. Okay, whoops. Do that. This is going to be your customization section. This is actually a page. It's either going to be a post or a page that you can put here. These are going to be your widgets. These are going to be your footers, of course. Okay, so it's pretty self-explanatory for the most part, but you got to practice. It's like anything else. Years ago, when I was teaching this stuff, teaching people how to use their computers, we don't learn how to use this stuff on the computers and on the internet. It's not like learning biology or psychology or anything like that. Okay, it's like learning math, and when you learn math, you have to practice. Okay, sure, there's formulas and different things that you get to do and you learn, on certain things, but you have to practice on how to do it. And what I always suggest too is, especially with your web pages and anything that you're doing online, okay, you want to learn at your own pace. You want to practice. Okay. So this is Ray, the now older DOS Geek. I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe, and hit that notification button. And I'm going to try and keep my old butt on this computer and keep making videos for you guys, and hope this helps. Any questions or any concerns about anything, just drop me a line.